First of all, Jane Glover, Chairman of Arbory Commissioners. Good to talk to you today, Jane.
Good afternoon, Andy.
What's the Southern Community Partnership? How did you get into the mental health first aid courses?
It was actually, I'm on a couple of boards in the south, and I was able to attend this course in June of this year, and it was actually the Southern Authorities Healthcare Trust that sponsored that course. But I'm part of the steering group for the Southern Community Partnership,
Right.
and they're tasked with projects in the community in the south, and it's very much about promoting caring and sustainable communities. So they've come up with two main projects. One is a signposting website, which we'll tell you more about in the new year. And the other, they decided to sponsor some of the mental health first aid courses that I'd attended on the back of what I'd done. So we met up with Steve, and he's actually going to be running the courses for us.
Steve Hobbs. Steve, what's your official position? Organiser?
Well, I'm an actual instructor for mental health first aid England, because the Isle of Man had to align itself with one of the organisations that run mental health first aid. We decided it was easier to do it with England. So I went away and became a mental health first aid instructor. I'm also working with the Isle of Man government. The Department of Health and Social Care are currently running a number of mental health first aid courses for their staff. And then I know Jane through a variety of different organisations. They approached me and I gladly said I would come along and run the courses for them.
What drew you to getting involved in mental health courses in the first place?
I'm a semi-retired mental health nurse of 39 years. However, I decided I wanted to continue looking at developing wellbeing options on the island. So I set up my own organisation called Shine Isle of Man and offer a variety of different types of courses, including mental health first aid, suicide awareness, those type of courses. And I work with a lot of voluntary organisations, statutory organisations, and I'm glad to say a lot of the big organisations now are starting to realise the significance of mental ill health in the workplace.
40 years ago, it wasn't regarded in the same way, was it?
No. We've definitely had a rejuvenation in terms of trying to get parity. Currently, the UK government are trying to, or a number of cross-party MPs, are aiming to get the Health and Safety at Work Act changed. Currently, most organisations of a certain size have to have a physical first aider. In the future, if they can change the law, all organisations will have to have a mental health first aider as well.
And the fact that the two branches of first aid have come together in this way, as I said, because years ago, mental health was almost a taboo. It was something that people really didn't want to talk about. You were seen as being a bit wet or a bit not in control of your life. And nowadays it's absolutely front and centre where that's concerned. You see that the convergence is a good thing, presumably.
It is, yeah. But I still think there's a lot of people who still have ideas that are driven probably from what they were taught when they were very little. That keeps some of the stigma, the taboo, some of the topics under the table. So these kind of initiatives are really good, really, aren't they, Jane, to kind of bring people's awareness.
You're nodding at that, Jane, yeah?
Definitely. Just in your local community, when you're in a position like a commissioner, you do meet a lot of people out in the community. And still, I think there's that stiff upper lip attitude in people of a certain age. They feel it is wrong, that there's something wrong with them, and that they should just get on with it, heal themselves. But actually, sometimes people can't heal themselves, and they actually need that little bit of extra support to get them there. And I think something about this scheme is that you're training people up to be, if you imagine you had a physical first aid incident in this office, a person would look after somebody before the ambulance arrived. So the aim of this course is to give you the skills to be kind of like spot somebody early on and then be able to guide them towards the professionals. And I think just people being able to talk about it and feel that they can talk about it, that's half the step.